Well, you can learn so much about culture through food. In fact, one woman has made that her mission. Mori Willhite owns a teaching kitchen in Beech Grove, serving up delicious Japanese food. She actually taught Julia and I how to make a couple authentic dishes, including sushi. But more importantly, she shares why giving a true taste of her culture is so important.
There is a rich history with sushi.
Yes.
And tell us about that.
About 1,500 years ago or so, rice was imported or taught to Japan. And during that time, they also learned how to cure fish, meaning preserve it. This is pre-refrigeration. Then 800 years ago, vinegar was introduced to Japan, excuse me. And then they started adding the vinegar to the rice. So that's where the word sushi comes from. Su is vinegar and meshi is rice. It's about the vinegared rice.
Okay, so show us how it's done then.
Okay, so I went ahead and made some rice. And then I'm adding the vinegar. I usually have my students buy this one because it's already ready. For every 1 cup of Japanese vinegar, tablespoon of sugar and dash of salt. So I usually do about a capful per half a cup. When you're mixing, have your paddle perpendicular to the bowl and you just cut and fold. I was born in Japan. Dad was in the Marine Corps. So I was born in Yokosuka, Japan. The reason why I'm so crazy about Japanese cooking is because of my mom. She went to cooking school in Japan. I tell people I didn't learn how to make meatloaf until I married my Caucasian husband from Indiana. And if you'll see, there's a rough side and the shiny side. The shiny side is decorative. You want to put the rice on the coarse side so the rice could be grabbed on. So I've been doing this 7 years. I had an HGTV interview, and that's when I realized maybe I should take this seriously because my mom passed away. She had dementia. I have an autistic kid, so I was sandwiched between, and I needed something to do. So you're spreading it very lightly. You don't want to press it down just yet because you want to, you're going to be tightening up as you roll it. I'm just using black sesame seed for color contrast. So I just flip this over. We'll have things on the back side. And then we have our cucumbers. This is your tuna. Nice clean cut, of course. So you have your sushi positioned towards the edge right here. And what you'll do, how I teach it in class, have your thumb underneath. And your fingers, well, the portion of this is closer to you, this whole thing. Your thumb underneath the mat, your finger on top of the sushi, you pick it up gently, and then you do a 3/4 turn. And then you lift the mat up so it doesn't go into the sushi and do a 1/4 turn. And then you pinch it out. The tighter the roll, firm pressure all around, the easier to cut and won't fall apart.
Beautiful.
When you're having proper Japanese rice with the raw fish and you put a little bit of soy sauce, and when you're eating, you should have your Zen moment right there.
So by the way, her business, again, called Katsumi's Teaching Kitchen, and she gets all kinds of guests that actually travel from different states because she's one of the few that actually does this, that's ready to learn about cooking authentic Japanese food. So you can find a link to her website and see some of the recipes and some of the other dishes that she shared with us at WTHR.com.